Hello and welcome to our presentation on the Equal Protection Clause. My name is Yassine.
My name is Edward.
And my name is Hiba.
So first of all, what is the Equal Protection Clause? The Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution prohibits states from denying any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. In other words, the laws of a state must treat and judge all individuals in the same manner, regardless of race, gender, religion, political views, and national origin. The purpose of the Equal Protection Clause is to ensure that the government is fair and is not discriminating against a person or group of people. Next, I'm going to talk about the history of the Equal Protection Clause. During the time period in which the Equal Protection Clause was being drafted, black codes restricting the civil and political rights of newly freed African Americans had become commonplace and widespread throughout the United States. The framers of the Equal Protection Clause were focused mainly on protecting these freed slaves that were becoming discriminated against. Their primary intent was to require states to provide the same treatment for whites and freed slaves. Initially, the Equal Protection Clause did not include political and social rights, such as the right to vote, and instead spoke only of civil rights and national rights.
The case that came to be known as Brown v. Board of Education was actually the name given to 5 separate cases that were heard by the U.S. Supreme Court concerning the issue of segregation in public schools. The court case ruled in favor of Brown and reversed the decision of the Plessy v. Ferguson case. Judge Earl Warren stated that the segregation of white and colored children in public schools has a detrimental effect upon the colored children. Segregation within the sanction of law, therefore, has a tendency to affect the educational and mental development of African American children and to deprive them of some of the benefits they would receive in a racially integrated school system. The court concluded that the doctrine of separate but equal has no place in public education. It was determined that racially segregated public education violated the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Public school systems nowadays can no longer segregate students based on race, religion, or gender, as it violates an equal opportunity to learn. The controversial ruling was a win in the fight for equality, as it was the first major case to demand equal rights for all. Brown versus the Board of Education was influential in many other laws, such as Title IX, No Child Left Behind Act, and many others, which have prohibited the discrimination of students.
Throughout the existence of government, equal protection has been a recurring idea serving as a foundation for various conflicts between countless groups and individuals. Even today, the Equal Protection Clause still continues to stir up conflict. According to the clause, all persons are to be given equal protection. As stated in this way, it is inferred that illegal immigrants held within the United States are also classified in the definition of persons. We exist in the 21st century, and yet modern-day rulings are still incapable of completely complying with the clause as they should be. The government continues to draw distinctions between undocumented and documented citizens. Although many of the decisions on illegal immigrants made by the government serve unnecessary in various cases, in many others, the distinctions are clear forms of discrimination. Modern-day conflicts such as these result in questions that relate to the government's obedience towards its Equal Protection Clause. During the past year, poor inmates sued the Dallas County bail system following the Harris County ruling. The county's money bail system allowed prisoners to bail their way out of jail time with the expense of high prices of money. Poor inmates who were financially uncut with paying the bail prices were then unable to bail and therefore claimed that the county's money bail system discriminated against them. The problem in respect to the views of the poor inmates were that inmates with similar criminal details were able to bail simply as a result of their sufficient supply of financial money.
Freeze! 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 Oh! No! 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 Hey, get on the ground! Check my card! Check my card! It's in my pocket! In my pocket!
Oh. I'm sorry, Mr. Gates. You can go now. I'm sorry for the trouble I caused.
My card, please.
I want money.
FCPD! Freeze! 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 Stop, don't do it, don't do it! Stop, don't do it. Don't do it. Stop. You're under arrest. Freeze.
I have kids in my stomach. Help.
Freeze, freeze.
There's another one. There's another one. How come you didn't arrest the other guy? How could I have epilepsy? There's another one. Under the equal protection law, I should be treated the same as that person.
Our interpretation of the Equal Protection Clause is that all people, regardless of race, gender, nationality, religion, etc., have the right to be treated and judged equally. Everyone has the right to be able to embrace their personal differences while still receiving equal protection under the government. We believe that diversified cultures and beliefs strengthen America and have shaped it into the country that it is today. Without a diversity of people, the potential for new ideas and innovation would be extremely limited. Diversity should be encouraged as a society that is composed of people that all think the same and have the same beliefs, hold less opportunities for growth. For this reason, all people deserve to have equal protection. We believe that this guaranteed right to be treated and judged equally under the law not only applies to American citizens, but it also extends to undocumented aliens. The 14th Amendment is not confined to the protection of citizens because the 14th Amendment states that, "Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law." The 14th Amendment makes no regard to any differences of race or nationality. All people in the U.S., therefore, have the right to equal protection.